The weekend. I slept into about noon by my clock. I'm a graveyard shift worker, and I've been up for a few hours. I can hardly wait to take my electric bicycle out on the river trails. That'll be cool. I'm also going to find a new storage facility so I can get all of these preps out of my condo. Since the other place was broken into, I just don't really feel that it's the safest place to be, so I'm going to shop around, find a better, more secure place that would take a little bit more effort for a thief to break into, and then move all of this stuff back out of my condo. Now, all as of now, all of my eggs are back in one basket again, and learning the lesson from Star Jaded, that is a bad place to be. So, but I think first, as soon as it's light, oh, the joys of working graveyard. But anyway, as soon as it's light, I think I'll zip out on the bike. Looks like we got a full charge. Yeah. Yep, full charge. So, oh, I don't know if I've ever really showed anybody this, at least not recently. Got this really cool, super bright headlight. Got a can of bear spray for the Rottweilers. I had two pit bulls come after me a couple years back, and this stuff saved my ass. This is going to be my commuter when they raise the gas prices. So basically, I'll be able to just give the middle finger to the oil companies and the oil tax system, and ride that bike to work. And on days when I'm like less energetic, I'll just ride that little 150cc scooter that I have, which it's geeky as possible, but it gets 80 miles per gallon and can reach 60 miles per hour, even up a slight incline. So very, very practical. I can even throw a few bags of groceries in that thing. Two, that is. This is so right now I'm just sort of kicked back. I got the sledge report going on the backup computer here. I got my homemade computer, well, home assembled computer out, and I'm going to throw a new video card in it. I haven't bought a computer except for that one for quite some time, because every time this thing starts getting slow and old, I just pull the motherboard out and throw a new one in, and by the time I need a motherboard, by the time this thing is really old, even a low-end motherboard for like 80 bucks or so restores this machine to full functionality, and really fast, and I can throw new memory or whatever in, and I pay like a fraction of what a person who has to buy a new computer every few years has to pay. Right now I got this thing apart because I'm going to replace this motherboard. It finally crapped out on me. I got this one right over here. Good model, not too expensive. Also, an interesting thing on these sprouts that I'm always talking about, I just totaled up how many of these things I eat every month, and it probably works out to at least $64 a month, considering, I mean, if I had to buy them, and I'd have to go to the store twice a week to get them because they go bad after about 4 days. But these are much more fresh than what I buy in the store, and they're a regular producer. In fact, the bottom tray, the bottom tray is starting to push its way up and lift the top two trays. So I'll throw that in underneath the grow light. And then when it pops on today at about 6 a.m., then it will spend all day under there, and then it'll catch the afternoon sun as well. Then I'll throw it back in my fridge, and then I will have sprouts. Yeah, this adds about 64 bucks a month to of value to my life. All that nutrition, I can actually feel the difference. I highly recommend doing that sort of thing. Also, I discovered that my big, huge, giant sprouting jar that I bought at the Survival Center. It's just too big. I don't need that many sprouts. By the time I finish using these things, I mean, out of the big jar, they just start going bad before I can finish them. But these, I got these small mason jars, and these are mung beans. They turn out to be those bean sprouts you buy in the store. But anyway, I just drilled a bunch of holes in these lids that I bought at Amazon. I'll stick a link to these lids. I bought like 8 or 9 for $10 or something. It was a pretty good deal. And I just drill a bunch of holes in the top, and it's really good for like larger seeds, such as larger seeds in beans, depending on how big the holes are that you drill. I imagine you could drill like really, really small holes and then sprout something similar to these smaller seeds right here. I've been doing an experiment recently because I bought a big container of alfalfa seeds back in 2007 when I just started getting into prepping, and they still work. I mean, I was told that small seeds like these right here go bad after a year or so, but these after 3 or 4 years, they're still they're pushing up the bottom of the the bottom tray is pushing the top ones up. So looks like I got a pretty good bunch of seeds there, and they were cheap, and there was a lot of them, tons of them. Yeah, I'll throw that underneath the grow light. Then they'll green up and they'll be ready. So, funny how most of the stuff that I do for fun doesn't cost me anything. So the money ends up going right into the mortgage. There's my mortgage payoff chart here. And then I'm now at $11,500. I thought that I was going to be due to pay all of this stuff, pay the mortgage off and get totally debt free. I thought I was going to be ready by, or finished by November, but it turns out that I think I'm going to make it by September. The numbers add up, so we'll see. Well, that's my weekend. I think I'll finish watching some YouTube videos while I put my video card in, and then jump on the bike and ride the river trails as soon as it's light. Later.